Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by a fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
Okay, I'll tell you 3 separate incidents that happened in UAE. These are people who paid me money for my services, and at that time I couldn't share the story because of, you know, the issue was hot. But now that time has passed by, I can talk about it. And yes, I've taken permission from these clients. Okay, so this is about UAE expats who had a extramarital affair or sexual relationship with the owner of the company, okay, or sexual relations at work. Okay, the first one, this handsome Indian guy, okay, pretty handsome, good looking and all that, and before you know it, long story short, he got sexually involved with the wife of the owner, Emirati guy. He had I think 4 wives. So he got involved with that. Okay, fine. Now he got in touch with me after he got a court case and this and that and all the drama. Okay. And the guy really wanted to destroy him. Destroy him is an understatement. So, you know, when I spoke to him, he told me she was the one who was making passes at me. I have proof, you know. She sent me these emails, I love you and this and that. And she was sending photographs of her breasts and her body. And whenever I was sitting in the office alone, she would come and rub her body on me and this and that. And I told him, see, listen, end of the day, you did it. Whether she coaxed you, whether she confused you, whether she, you know, tempted you. See, now he's giving his version of the story, okay? We don't know, maybe he smiled at her, maybe he felt her special and all that. And look, I myself in my life have not been a saint. I have had affairs with married women, and no, the sexy ones, not the ugly ones. So I just told him that look, it doesn't matter who did what. He is rich, he is powerful, he's your owner or he's your employer. You need to get your ass out and get your ass back to India. So somehow I drew up the strategy. It took time. I'll tell you, this one took time. Eventually, I think the owner agreed for an out-of-court settlement. I can't disclose what it is. Fine. Okay, done deal. Finished. So the first lesson is, remember that when it's a boss's wife, moral of the story I'm giving you, no matter what she does, no matter how much she tries, if you're working under the owner and he's powerful and he's rich, no matter what the wife does, you better not get involved, others you'll get fucked. And the funny thing is, the wife is still with him. The wife is perfectly fine with him. I think he married her because she was very slutty in nature. Anyway, this was one. Okay. The second one. Now this one is, I feel sorry for the female. The female was Filipina. Okay. The funny thing is, now the female was the girlfriend of a good-looking guy. The female was a girlfriend of a good-looking guy. And she didn't do anything. That's the funny thing. She didn't do anything. She didn't entice the owner, or she didn't But she was a very sexy looking girl. Sexy outfits. I mean, nice boobies. Even I complimented. I said, yeah, you have nice titties. And the reason why I said that, you might be thinking, fuck Loy, how can you say that to your client? I mean, she was literally wearing a plunging dress. You could see the bloop, bulging stuff, you know, on camera. When I said, oh wow, okay. I can understand why the owner was crazy about you. So what is the problem there? The problem is the owner's wife also works in the office, and you know, women can see through men, man. Women can read through men. She must have seen how the owner reacted, or you know, I'm sure she could feel the owner's blood pressure rise. Forget the other thing rising. You know, women have this tendency, they have peripheral vision. They can notice, even if you tilt your head, even one dot they can make out. I have practiced peripheral vision. I improved my ability to do that. And I know if you really practice, you can also improve your peripheral vision. And you know for a fact when someone twitches or moves, or in a small movement, women can sense. So what happened here was, she's a skilled girl and all that, and she made it to the final interview, and finally she got a job. The unfortunate thing was she resigned from her other job. She resigned from a well-to-do job to get this job, better salary and all that. And within days, the owner said, my wife, I'm sorry, but don't take it the wrong way, but my wife, she's asked me to terminate. And he didn't say it, you know. He left he spoke to her through the intercom and told her, because wife didn't allow him to meet. He ended up handing over the task to his HR, and he was on the phone and spoke to her. And sad. The problem was she lost her job during the COVID crisis, so she had to have a tough time. So here the moral of the story is, you know, you need to be practical and realistic about yourself. If you know that you're sexy and you're hot and this and that, and you see, the thing is, she's not innocent, she's not dumb. She knows for a fact men look at all this. The very fact that when she had the session with me was still revealing. She knows that men like to see all this, and she encourages it. I mean, isn't it obvious? See, even women, when they choose their clothes, they know for a fact, okay, my boobs will push out. They know, they're not dumb. It's not they wore it by accident. They plan out what to wear. They plan out how much to show. So she's not a saint. So I told her, you are fully aware. I told her frankly, you're fully aware. Men look at your tits. You can even make out men's, their vision is always like this, you know, their head moves with their vision. So I said, I'm pretty sure you know when men actually see. That's why with my wife, even before my wife will notice, I tell my wife, oh, look at her tits. Oh, nice ass and this and that. I tell my wife sometimes. My wife also said, oh, yeah. We talk openly. I don't keep anything hidden from my wife. When a female is, my wife calls it milk. They call it big milk. So I told her, you have to take personal responsibility. The only sad thing is, she ended up paying a price for it. And the price was pretty bad. So you need to be very realistic with yourself, and especially when you're trying to get a job where you know, business owner is there. Be ready for anything that can happen. And some companies, especially with their culture, you need to know their religious background. You know, there are some Muslim families or conservative families, they may not like all this. So this was the second example. The last one, this one was another one. Once again, we have a guy. He chatted with this girl, and they got frisky. They are working both in the same company. Sales people, they got involved, sexually involved, blah blah. And it so happened, I don't know who's at fault here. The guy says she started to spread, or she told somebody about their affair. The girl said the guy did. Both of them approached me because they both were fighting like mad. So end of the day, I told them, see, listen, whether it's a girl's fault, whether it's a guy's fault, one of you opened your mouth. We don't know which one. And because of this, now both of you have to pay the price. They ended up both getting terminated because the company's policy was that once, you can't be sexually involved with your colleague or something like that. Okay? Some companies are very particular about this. So I told both of them, if you cannot trust each other, then it's better you don't continue the relationship, because eventually this will stem up again. At that time they didn't like the advice. They said no. They didn't want to break up because obviously I guess maybe the sex was strong, or the passion was strong, or maybe they were still attracted to each other. However, eventually they ended up breaking up because they would fight about it left, right and center. The unfortunate thing was, after the news was shared, people started spying on them and taking it outside, and they would submit these photographs or images to the boss. So what is the moral of the story? You can't trust your partner 100%, or you can't trust yourself. Better don't get into it. In fact, why do you want to be in that environment? Leave that environment. Both of you resign and go, right? In their case, had they worked in another company where this would have been tolerated, they would have had no problems. But the problem was, they had a fallout fight because of both lost their job, and then they carried this monkey on their back when they went for a new job. Obviously they didn't work for the same company, but they would fight and argue for the same thing. So anyway, these were three funny stories, three odd stories of people in the UAE who were my clients, who broke up for hanky-panky business at the workplace. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think? Which one you felt was really odd, stupid or funny? Alright, you guys take care. Me signing off.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying, or by magic, through others, or by a fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.